Atmospheric effects can be rendered in 3ds Max using both Mental Ray and the scanline renderer. Atmospheric effects are things like lights that have volume fog on them, as well as the fire effect. For this lesson, we're going to use the traditional scanline rendering option available in 3ds Max in order to show the end result a little bit more clearly. From the Quick Access toolbar, click Open. In the Open File dialog, choose the file Chapter 9 Fire Effects 01.max, then click Open to open the file. When the file opens, you'll see a very simple Parthenon-style building on a simple landscape. There's a ring inside the Parthenon building that we're going to add a fire effect into in order to simulate a small fire. In the Command panel, click on the Create tab. In the Create Objects Type options, we want to use the Helper option. The atmospheric apparatus that we're going to use is in the Helpers category. In the Helpers drop-down list, choose the Atmospheric Apparatus option. The atmospheric apparatus is the object that's used to contain the atmospheric effect like fire and volume fog. In the Object Type rollout, click on the Sphere Gizmo option. Then in the top viewport, click in the center of the ring in the top viewport and drag it out to create a sphere gizmo that's roughly the same size as the inside of the ring. Now switch over to the Modify panel. In the Sphere Gizmo Parameters rollout, click the Hemisphere option to change the sphere into a hemisphere. In the Atmosphere and Effects rollout, go ahead and click the Add button. From the Add Atmosphere dialog, click the Fire Effect option and then click OK to add the fire effect to the gizmo. In the Atmosphere and Effects rollout, click on the fire effect, then click on the Setup button to open the Environment and Effects dialog. Scroll the Environment panel all the way up until you get to the Fire Effect Parameters rollout. This area allows us to edit the style and quality of the fire effect. In the Fire Effect Parameters rollout, in the Shape area, change the flame type to Tendril by clicking on the Tendril radio button. Change the stretch value to a value of 1.5. This will stretch the frame up a little bit and make it more like real flames. Then we need to make some changes in the characteristics area. This allows us to alter the actual physical characteristics of the flame itself. In the flame size value type in, set the flame size to 25 and then press Enter. Change the density to a value of 30, then press Enter. Set the flame detail amount to 5 and press Enter. Then set the number of samples to 25 and press Enter. Now that we have our parameters set, let's go ahead and render the scene. From the main toolbar, click the Render Production button. When the render completes, you'll see the fire effect inside the ring. If you want, take some time and make some adjustments to the flame characteristic parameters. We're going to make one more change to the fire effect. Go ahead and close the render window and make sure you have the Sphere Gizmo 001 selected. In the Camera 1 viewport, right-click on top of the Sphere Gizmo 001 object and choose Scale from the Quad menu. Put your cursor on top of the Z-axis and click and drag to scale the fire effect in the Z direction. Go ahead and let go of the mouse and click the Render Production button once again. You'll see that by scaling the gizmo, we've scaled up the fire itself. Go ahead and close the Render Frame window and close the Environment and Effects dialog box. Press Ctrl S to save the file.